Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
I'm Curlin Brown. Let's continue to inspire Jamaica. And of course, where else will you see it? CVM TV, of course.
Yeah, man, this is Nadine Sutherland, because we triumphant, because we not stay down, we not go down. Stop one like we are close, because we triumphant. Yeah, this is Nadine Sutherland. Beat up Rockers TV with Urchin.
Tonight, on Small Biz, Big Dreams, we meet a man with photography as his go-to plan. This is Small Biz, Big Dreams. For more than 30 years, Paul Graham has been operating his photo business, Paga Photos, from the Halfway Tree Arcade, providing passports, photos, portraits, and special event services. He says photography started as a passion and quickly became his life's work.
In photography, it kind of strange up to know. But a friend of mine, I used to be a jeweler, and a friend of mine gave me a camera. And I asked him, what this for? And he said to me, take it, I got a picture. And that was the day I put on jewelry work and take up photography. My first wedding with that camera. I said, but wait, this is good. And with birthday party and everything, everybody in the community started calling me to do their children birthday parties and photograph. And from that until now, never look back.
He highlights, over the years, he has seen the industry change with new technology, but remains committed to providing quality and personal attention to every customer.
Yeah, we do weddings, we do photo shoots, we do business headshots, and normal service pertaining to photography. Just name it, we do it. And then we also do editing service. So we edit the photographs before we give them to the customer. All right, and with the master editor, Malik, on the front, is the person that is responsible for the editing. So again, these are our backgrounds, and we pull them down. Business headshots and full photographs, and restoring old photographs, just name it, we do it. And we're not saying we're the best, customer says.
We sell frames also. We have different sizes. We do 8x10, 6x8, 5x7 plaques. The plaques are on the outside. If you have your picture, you can carry in the picture, and we do the plaques, and within 3 days, you get back your plaque.
For aspiring entrepreneurs, he emphasizes resilience and passion.
You have to have the art in it. Because if you don't have the art in it, you're going to back out. My art is photography. The name, the equipment, we have them. See, you find us beside the passport office, and that's on Constance Spring Road. We are inside the Constance Spring Arcade. We are in lane A, shop 16, right at the front, and there's a sign that says Paul. You follow the sign, you'll find us.
Next week, we'll truthfully give another business a TV opportunity. Until then, for Small Biz, Big Dreams, I'm Kevin Black.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament. With a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame? Who were the best or worst players of the day? And have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi. CVM Sports, brought to you by Pepsi.
All right, the other thing, big talking point at the World Cup is the heat, the hydration breaks. Is FIFA using it for commercialization because some commercial breaks are being played? Or is it just a legitimate hydration break that's needed for the safety of players? Let's take a look at this video.
Temperatures. It'll be hot at most of the tournaments, but the one game we should keep our eye on is Uruguay and Spain in Guadalajara on June 26th, where researchers estimated a 70% chance of it being so hot it'll impact performance. That's 37 percentage points higher than it would have been without climate change. 60 professional soccer players from around the world asked FIFA to update its heat guidelines before this year's World Cup. FIFA mandated 3-minute hydration break, but the players also asked FIFA to drop fossil fuel sponsors and change game schedules to reduce travel and fossil fuel footprints. FIFA didn't do that one.
When this World Cup was being announced, they said they were going to have hydration breaks. The number one thing FIFA said is they're not going to play ads.
Yes.
They said
during the pee break, yes.
Yeah, they said it's not about ads.
Yeah, it's not about ads. They said that. It was about the welfare of the players.
What are we watching now? Yo, yesterday, people all over the world have complained.
We're missing.
They complained that not only have they played ads, which they're not supposed to do, right? But also the ads have been forcing the game to delay. So
because
yesterday the teams were ready to kick off again. And the ref made them hold the game because they were waiting for Fox to come back.
Lying.
I promise
they're like timeouts now. They use them to make money.
1 in 4 games will likely take place in dangerous.
So we should keep an eye on that Uruguay-Spain game on June 26th then, because they're saying that that game could be so hot that it could affect player performance. So we'll keep an eye on that. The ads thing though, I tell you, that kind of threw me off, Coach, because, a couple of games I didn't catch from the start, and then, I get home and I switch my TV to the game and I'm seeing an ad and I'm thinking, where's the game? It can't be half time yet. So I check my watch and I'm saying, but it's still in the middle of the first half. There's an ad playing, but, it's about commercialization, it's about monetization, and FIFA has now, essentially, in my mind, turned football into basketball because it's no longer 2 halves, it was 4 quarters.
COVID would have taught us a lot of things, and you could not imagine cricket being played or football being played without fans or spectators, or you standing or line long as probably 50 meters down the road. You could not imagine something like that. Person's waiting. The world has evolved, things are changing, and it's all about making and generating monies. 48 teams are there. FIFA has given loads of monies to some of these countries, and they're actually trying to find creative ways of getting back some funds in their coffers. And so I think
FIFA has a whole lot of money now.
No, we are not used to it.
Money.
No,
they're going to make from this.
We are not used to it. Yeah. And I think it is new to us watching football versus basketball. And I think
CVM Sports, brought to you by Pepsi.
Do you think Brazil needs Neymar particularly for this World Cup?
It showed today. It definitely showed today that Brazil needs that type of midfielder that can get onto the ball, progress the ball, and just make sure that Brazil is playing the beautiful football that we know, Joga Bonita, of course. I think today, especially Paqueta, and you saw it with Rafinha as well too, this is the first time we probably can say a Brazil team, their first touch is poor. That's normally the ball is glued to their feet. So like we need Neymar there just to kind of help progress the football. Just like Coach was saying, I mean, he would drop deep and collect some of the footballs and just play it out wide and progress the football naturally and at a quicker pace. So yeah, we need Neymar. We need Neymar.
You say we, are you a Brazil fan?
I mean, who with sense that watches football is not a Brazil fan?
But isn't it nostalgia bait?
I can give you the shirt.
So what and how long have you been supporting Brazil?
Okay, so I was born in the year 2000, so I won't say as I was born, but definitely the minute I could walk, I was a Brazil fan, of course. So naturally, I'd say about the time when I was like 6, 7.
Right, right. And you mentioned like the playing style of the typical Brazil team. What would you describe this Brazilian team as?
Boy. Alright, honestly speaking, for some moments today, I really wanted to call Ancelotti and say, bring his best set of footballers and meet me at Barbican, and then I could put my team. But I would say it's more of a hard-working team rather than just natural skill and flair. I know some players there individually has.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody and Quarry.
Fan Central Extra Time was brought to you by Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi. We also want to thank Courts, bringing value home, and Mothers, love in every bite.
Come Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy. Me carry real bad team, not a hilly billy. Now bandwagon to the thing, now bother switchy. Represent for your team to the nitty gritty. School silly billy. Now bother tell me about your team and them that make the semi. Game sweet, girl I call it sugar daddy. CVM TV, for everybody. Canada!
Yeah, I tell you what, they'll be singing the name Jonathan David long into the night in Canada after his performance today against Qatar. Of course, we are going to delve deep into all of that. And of course, another hat-trick at the FIFA World Cup. So, Lionel Messi, anything you can do, Jonathan David can do as well. It's a full-time whistle. In fact, the full-time whistle has gone, and now we're into extra time, right? That's what comes after full time. It's Fan Central Extra Time, and it's powered by our friends at Pepsi and Mothers. And guess what? We have a belly full for you tonight on an action-packed show here inside Fan Central Extra Time. I'm Jordan Fort, and in studio with me is Coach Jermaine Thomas, the resident coach in the building. Of course, Coach Thomas is a coaching educator with the JFF, assistant coach with the National Men's Under-20 team, head coach at Malines United and McGrath. So, Coach Thomas will be giving us all things breakdown, analysis, all the insights we need to know on the matches that were played today. And we have our resident Belgium fan. He is in the fan corner tonight. I wonder who he is.
You know it is. Come on. Come on now, Jordan.
Oh, brother. I mean, listen, I'm used to fan corner, you know, bringing some life to our screens and some beauty. You know what I mean? And now we got this scruffed up guy over there. Whose idea was that? Come on, man. We need some balance on this. We need some balance on this show. Kimani Sullivan is in the fan corner tonight. And of course, on Zoom, we'll have Tyrone Marshall, resident reggae boy, former reggae boy, played between 2000 and 2010, stalwart defensively, and of course had 83 caps for Jamaica, have a Caribbean title to his name as part of his accolades. And remember, yesterday, a young man over there who's sitting in the fan corner, while he was sitting in this seat, promised you giveaways. Now guess what? We don't make promises that we can't keep on this show. On Fan Central Extra Time, if we make a promise, we can keep this promise. So guess what? Look on these people. Look on this. Cameraman, make sure you zoom in good. So Donovan. You see a little signature right there, so? See a little autograph right there, so? You see that? Andre Blake, Reggae Boys captain, Pepsi ambassador. We have a giveaway for you tonight, people. This signed Andre Blake jersey courtesy of Pepsi. So you have to watch the show and listen to our question, call in and answer correctly. We will tell you, we'll put up the numbers on the screen for you. 876-833-0897, 876-833-0897, or message us on Instagram or Facebook at CVM_television. See the people? You think you know football? Do you think you know football? Get involved. Get in the game, people. 876-833-0897. All right, so the scores for today. A couple of goals between Czechia and South Africa. That match ended 1-1. Mikhail Sadilek on the score sheet for Czechia before Teboho Mokena pulled South Africa level. The floodgates were opened in the match between Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina. The Swiss ran away 4-1 winners in that game. Manzambi notched a double. Ruben Vargas and Granit Xhaka also got goals. Substitute Ermin Mamic got Bosnia's consolation. And of course, we talked to you about Canada running out 6-0 winners over Qatar. Qatar went down to 10 players, unfortunately for them. And one of those red cards, a little bit controversial, so we'll talk about that later in the show. Victor Stewart will join us. Jonathan David scoring a hat-trick for Canada. Mexico with a 1-0 win over South Korea, Korea Republic, and it was Luis Romo who plays his football for Chivas in Mexico, getting the gold for the Mexicans. All right, so we're starting our discussion with a reaction to Czechia versus South Africa, that is. And of course, we have now Tyrone Marshall having joined us on Zoom. Tyrone, thanks so much for joining us as usual.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for having me. How's everything going?
Everything is good so far. We're going to start our discussion with the Czechia versus South Africa game. That match ending a goal apiece. And South Africa, earning that point courtesy of a penalty from Mokena. But Czechia led for most of the contest. Those are the stats on screen. Almost even, Tyrone. Total shots, South Africa with more than Czechia, 17. But shots on target, 4 for South Africa, 3 for Czechia. What are your thoughts on that particular result as it relates to how the group will now shape up?
Yeah, I thought the game obviously was an even match game. I thought for the most part, like I always mention to you, I think touches in the box is a key component for me when I'm looking at a game because it tells what the opponent is doing. And I think South Africa had a little more possession inside the box or touches inside the box. I thought they were on their front foot a little bit more. After Czechia scored earlier, I thought South Africa was definitely pushing the envelope, trying to get the equalizer, but I think they were also more aggressive, going forward. Obviously, some of the shots were a little bit chaotic, shooting from distance where, the percentage of getting on goal is really low. But for the most part, they did their thing and they got a penalty late in the game, obviously, to secure a point. So really good job by South Africa to come out of that game with at least a result.
First point for both teams, Coach Jermaine Thomas, and they're on the board, but of course both are still 3rd and 4th in the group. But your thoughts on the match?
South Africa for me was a little bit wasteful, not a little bit wasteful, they were wasteful in front of the goal. And the final third was a bit rushy, too hasty, and the qualities were very, very poor. They build up well. Their build-up phase was good. They progressed well through the lines and they played through the middle of the pitch. But upon getting into the final third, I thought the decisions were awful. And you saw some shots spring all over the place. They never hit the target as much as they should have. And I thought that caused them 3 points today.
Well, there was 2 goals in that game, and it was 5 goals in Switzerland versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. Switzerland really turning up the intensity in the second half of that contest, and Bosnia having to settle for a consolation. And so now Switzerland take a really good position in their group. They're second now behind Canada after the result for Canada today. Tyrone, your thoughts on this Swiss army that invaded Bosnia and put a beat down on them?
Yeah, a really good game from the Swiss today. I thought Xhaka was man of the match for me. I thought he had like over 100 touches on the ball. And again, their touches inside the box was up there as well. Put Bosnia and Herzegovina under pressure. I don't think they had more than maybe 4 or 5 shots. So the Swiss definitely dominate, and you see it on the score sheet. So really good performance from the Swiss to come out of there with 3 points and a really dominant performance, like I mentioned.
Yeah, Jermaine, the Swiss though, they were still goalless at the end of the first half. What changed in that second half? How did they flip that switch to score all of 4 goals in the second half?
As a coach, if you go in nil-all and your charges you think are not giving you enough, then you're going to be hopping mad. And I thought the coach really throwed everything at them, and they came out a different bunch second half. However, Johan made the difference. He came on in the 72nd minute, and they just failed to deal with him. He brought life, he brought purpose, and he was spot on and very, very direct with his shot, and I thought that made a difference.
Yeah, we're talking about the 20-year-old Freiburg player, Manzambi, who scored for Switzerland, who starred in the game in their 4-1 victory. Canada, obviously, Qatar now licking their wounds. Julian Lopetegui, not a happy man. 6-0 drubbing at the hands of the Canadians in front of their home fans in Canada. And, a great way for them to get their first ever World Cup win, the Canadians. And what a performance it was from Jonathan David, coach. It's a player whose name has been called a lot in recent times, on the radar of Arsenal, for example, in the English Premier League. Did he show today why so many people rate him highly?
Massive one. Yes, he did. Playing at home, crowd behind them. They really brought the crowd into the game by scoring, I think, early. They were very, very brave in terms of pressing high up the pitch, aggressive with the 2 strikers, and that brought them some result. But I thought David was just, from onset, very, very confident. He felt good, obviously, playing at home, and he delivered 3 big points with 6 massive goals for Canada.
Yeah, the match was played in Vancouver. 3 big points. Tyrone Marshall, what impressed you most about the Canadians today?
Yeah, I think starting with the 2 strikers and giving Kyle Larin the opportunity to start, because obviously you can see he scores both. And I think Jesse Marsh recognized that from the last game when they came on and he scored late. So giving us that opportunity to start alongside Davis, they definitely came on early and scored early. And he kind of got the crowd behind him, and I thought David, his overhead kick that scored that second goal was a fantastic, finish inside the box. And then everything kind of went downhill after the Qatar team picked up the red card for their stopping the dog because they didn't give them the penalty kick. Therefore, they had to give the red card in that particular situation. And that just kind of snowballed, where now a red card, 1 man, they're down to 10, and then later on they went down to 9 men. So, kudos to Canada for, really putting the opportunities away. Like I mentioned before, I think they had like 97 touches inside the box. So really efficient in front of goal. And again, just taking care of business, we didn't have to do it, but they did it in front of the home fans.
Yeah, I'm seeing 97 touches in the box for Canada and 1 in the box for Qatar. I need to see who came up with those stats and if those stats are actually accurate. I can't even remember that 1 touch in the box for Qatar. And I did hear the commentator say just now in the Mexico game that Qatar is one of the few teams in this World Cup so far without a shot on target in a game. They were completely shut out. You mentioned the red card. That's something we want to get into later, of course, with Victor Stewart, the former FIFA referee, Tyrone, because initially it was given as a penalty, and then upon a VAR review, it was decided that the challenge actually happened outside the box. And the penalty call was overturned to a free kick. And then, as you said, because it was the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, which referees called dog so, then it had to be a straight red. The player was sent off. And then they got another red after that, Qatar. So that only added to their woes, Jeremy. I mean, I don't know where they go from here, but where does Canada now go from here?
Canada, they are beaming with confidence. They should be beaming with confidence. It will be Marshall's responsibility to, of course, get them back to or get the arousal levels down as quick as possible to where it is acceptable. And of course, they can perform without being overly confident, because that can definitely affect performance. They looked good, but Qatar never offered much. And your opponent can determine how you play sometimes. And I thought, even though Canada was brave, they pressed high, yes, they were aggressive in the press, no problem, but Qatar never offered much. The finishes were good, don't get me wrong, but they never offered much.
Yeah, and that, of course, can determine outcomes of games. And then, of course, Mexico beating South Korea by 1-0. And we mentioned it was Luis Roma who got the goal for Mexico. It was a goalkeeping mistake in the end, Tyrone. But at the same time, a win is a win. 3 points on the board is 3 points on the board for the Mexicans. Sum up that one for me.
Yeah, again, it was an evenly matched game. And again, I'll go back to the touches in the box. Unfortunately, in this particular situation, the South Koreans had more touches inside the box. And that spanned for obviously the last bit where they're putting services in the box and trying to, get headers on. And this is, in this particular situation, it's a reversal where Mexico had the least amount of touch, but they were very efficient, right? And they got that goal because of the blunder, like you mentioned. However, I thought the Koreans were definitely on the front foot. They showed a lot of energy. The Mexicans, kind of rallied behind the crowd and got the opportunistic goal and put it away. But for the most part, they did what they had to do, which to get the result on home soil. And, got 3 points and secured the top of the group, and now they move on.
All right. We're going to go to some analysis. We want to get some X's and O's in. So I want to look at two particular games, Switzerland versus Bosnia and Canada versus Qatar. Those two high-scoring games, 5 goals in one, 6 goals in the other. And, of course, we've got the coach's playbook to break that down. So we'll probably just take a look back at the statistics again of the Bosnia versus Switzerland game. All right. So let's just do that. While we get the statistics up, Coach, just invite you to just go to the coach's board for us and start to do the breakdown of the Switzerland versus Bosnia Herzegovina game. Of course, Switzerland running out 4-1 winners, and that game was 0-0, as I mentioned, at halftime. And Switzerland really turned up the intensity in the second half. 74th minute goal and a 90th minute goal from Manzambi, the 20-year-old youngster coming off the bench and adding some life to the contest. Ruben Vargas scoring in minute 84. And Granit Xhaka, the trusty captain, in the 7th minute of second half, added time. 4-1 to Switzerland. We can just look at how Manzambi changed the game, Coach. He had 2 goals, and as you mentioned, when he came on, the game really changed. Break down for me how he changed the game in both of his goals.
So, Manzambi came on and he brought life. Now,
who's who?
Blue, Switzerland. All right? And Bosnia, red. Now, the entire back line was very, very low. One Switzerland player went in as a decoy, but they were mostly zonal marking. And Manzambe took the advantage of that, where he deliberately delayed moving inside, waited, and then popping up late, while both center halves, ball watching here, covering, and then not paying attention, of course, to Manzambe, who popped up free and was able to knock inside the back of the net. And I thought they should have paid more attention to him. Are they 6 going to be coming here to assist, or one of the centre halves stepping up? And they were hell-bent for majority of the time being zonal marking here and then leaving the space right here, and he eat up all the space.
Okay, so in other words, his arriving late was key to him throwing off the Bosnia defense and scoring the goals. Right. Canada versus Qatar now. Let's look at Jonathan David. Let's look at what he did to the Qatar team to really throw them off.
Oh, he was special. But not what only he did alone. Lauren also caused damage because they played with Canada Blue again. They played with 2 here. And then they had Ahmed and Buchanan joining, of course. So they had numbers inside the 18-yard box. And the defenders failed to deal with high press football, speedy strikers, aggressive strikers, strikers who will be willing to pounce. And as you saw David did, he was very, very accurate. And they played in their faces and pushed them back. And David, with his movements, along with Lauren, I thought both centre halves struggled to deal with their experience, their pace, and of course their accuracy. They could have gotten some help from the 6 and the 8 to assist. They never got that, and as a result of that, they paid the price in conceding 6.
All right, Jesse Marsh finding the formula with the Canadian team in his second game at the World Cup. Their first ever World Cup win in front of a jubilant home crowd. We're going to take a break on Fan Central Extra Time. More insights, analysis, and excitement when we come back.
Match link up, Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy. Me carry real bad team, not a illy billy. Now bandwagon to the thing, now bother switchy switchy. Represent for your team to the nitty gritty. School silly billy. Now bother tell me about your team and them not make the semi. Game sweet, girl I call it sugar daddy. CVM TV.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation. Rule number 1 is called football, not soccer.
Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
It's game on at Quartz. Spend $150,000 on credit purchases or $250,000 on cash at Quartz from May 1, 2026 to June 20, 2026 to be automatically entered for a chance to win one of 3 smart TVs to watch the matches in style. First place gets a 98-inch TCL Smart TV. Second place a 55-inch. And third place a 43-inch. Score big and upgrade your game day vibes when you shop at Quartz, bringing value home. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Conditions apply.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation. Rule number 1 is called football, not soccer.
Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
When the Lala gonna have to full up. Match link up, Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy. Me carry real bad team, not a illy billy. Now bandwagon to the thing, now bother switchy switchy. Represent for your team to the nitty gritty.
It is.
No, a Pepsi me drinking at the break, you know, Kimani. We don't know them man there. We don't know them man there drinking, you know. Anyway, World Cup fever hot, right? So people kind of lose them senses. But we're going to test Kimani's senses now. How well you did in geography class, Kimani?
I tell you what, Jordan, if geography was one of those harder subjects for me personally, I don't think I would be in the line of work that I find myself now. I hope that makes sense to you.
Well, I hope the standings make sense to you.
Yeah, of course.
Make it make sense to us.
No, that's why I'm by the board and you're by the chairs over there. Let's get into the breakdown now, because Group A is on our screens. Of course, at the top of the table, host nation Mexico. Now, that win against South Korea was a huge one because Mexico is now in prime position to get into the next round. And they were expected to do that. You're hosting. You can't drop out early, Mexico. They know that, and they've done so well thus far. Korea, you're in second. Heung-min Son was almost on the score sheet. Didn't get the goal though. didn't get a draw, but nonetheless, you're in second. You have 3 points. Don't panic. Korea, South Korea, do not panic. Who might need to panic though? This team down here. I'm going to leapfrog Czechia real quick. South Africa. The statistics are saying that you are in deep trouble. You just heard Tyrone Marshall talking about touches in the penalty area. You need to get those up. You just heard Coach Thomas referring to your wastefulness in front of goal. Fix things. But a team, I think, who is live for one of those best third place positions is Czechia. Yeah, they're looking a bit down now with that 1 point in third place. But when you think about it, the extension of the amount of teams in the World Cup actually benefits teams like these because that third position becomes so important. So Czechia, South Africa, it's going to be a dog fight, and I expect so much more from these teams. In particular, Czechia. You have quite a few names coming from Czechia in the past, not to mention Pavel Nedved. Czechia, Pavel Nedved is in the crowd, and you're underperforming. Fix up. Let's get to Group B. Oh, Canada. What can we say about Canada? The Maple Leafs have shown up. I spoke about the host nations, didn't I? Canada. Jonathan David, we're going to get to him in a sec. You talk about a host nation delivering a shellacking of Qatar, 6-0. And, you know, word to Drizzy Drake, he's a popular R&B artist, he's a popular rapper. He says they're scared of the 6. It seems like Qatar is scared of the 6 after that shellacking today. They're at the top of the table, Canada. Switzerland, looking good after that draw with Qatar. No panic signals from them. They dispatched of Bosnia handily. They're on 4 points as well. So these two are locked at 4. But then I mentioned about that third position being live. Bosnia and Qatar. Qatar is, I feel like they're cooked, Jordan. I think that's what the young people say now. They're cooked. That means they're in trouble for those who aren't really familiar with the lingo. Qatar, you've been conceding way too many goals. Bosnia is a team that can sneak in. I don't think that they're live for one of those third positions, but we'll see. But as of now in Group B, it's all about Switzerland and Canada. Let's get to Group K, shall we? All right. You see, many of you would have experienced and critiqued my little rant about Portugal. Let's just get into it before I mention anything about that team. Colombia, big win against Uzbekistan. Cannavaro hasn't gotten his first win as coach at a World Cup, coaching Uzbekistan. Tough luck there. Colombia is the better team. No debates. Congo, you're making Jamaica proud. We want to be where you are, but you're making Jamaica proud. Big draw with Portugal. And when it comes to Portugal, they're expecting more from their starman Cristiano. I expect more from Bruno Fernandes. You need to step up. Ronaldo isn't taking any more bullets for you, young man. So that's the standings in Group K. Colombia, Congo, Portugal, Uzbekistan. These three are going to fight, I think, for the top 3 positions. Uzbekistan might sneak in, they might not. So that's how it goes.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, we talk about best third place, and some teams are live. Here are the teams that are live now for the best third place as we speak. Japan, Morocco, Belgium, DR Congo, Spain, Czechia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Ecuador. Of course, 8 of them will join the teams going through into the round of 32 this time. Remember, people, it's 32 this time, not 16 this time, because the World Cup has been extended to 48 teams. All right, so Kimani, don't move from that screen, you know, because guess what? You have a thing now where you think you know football and you pick the best players of the day. So let me see who you came up with for today.
Come on, Jordan, when you're talking about thinking, I don't understand what you mean about thinking. I'm a ball knower, so a ball knower will show that he knows ball. All right, on the screen here, to my left, this is number 1 actually, right? Sorry to spoil it. This is number 1. Now, Jonathan David scoring a hat-trick on home soil. The last player to do that, 1966, Geoff Hurst for England. Jonathan David showed up as a 6-man today.
England won the World Cup that year, by the way.
Good call, Jordan. You know ball. And you know what, Jordan, when you talk about names though, let's talk names real quick. Jonathan David, 2 first names. That's a double barrel name. And Jonathan David showed up with a double barrel. And you know what he did? Boom, boom. And he also said, here's one more for you. He's number 1, Jonathan David. Give me number 2. Ladislav Krejci. Now many of you might be wondering, what is a Czechia player doing on the wall of fame? Come on. If you know ball, you know who this is. Wolverhampton centre-back. He did excellently in the Premier League. Don't let relegation fool you. Vincent Kompany got relegated with Burnley. This is a baller. If you were paying attention today, he was everywhere for Czechia. He's the captain, and he was excellent today. So you can check the stats if you don't believe me. If your eyes are deceiving you, ignore your eye test. Ladislav Krejci is a baller. Next up, can't leave out the youngster. Cannot ignore Johan Manzambi. Why? Coach alluded to it. He came on as a substitute. He came off the bench and said, listen, we need to score, gentlemen. Give me the ropes. Granit Xhaka, just pass around the ball, man. Just ensure the ball reach a foot. Cause why? Game changer is here. Youngster from Freiburg, as Jordan said. And even though he got a shellacking from Aston Villa in that Europa League final, Manzambi, still a baller. That's my top 3, Jordan. You can tell me how good of a job I did.
Could I shake your hand still, you know? But I don't know why I check your baller in your top 3 still. But
you need to watch ball, bro.
Maybe I don't know ball, but guess what? Jermaine know ball, you know. Jermaine, what do you think about that top 3 there?
I mean, solid. I think Buchanan did well for Canada today, and I would have probably gone with Buchanan instead of the centre half. Ahmed wasn't bad. But overall, I think it was fairly competitive, not bad.
Yeah. Tyrone, your thoughts?
Yeah, great list. I would put, take the centre back like Coach mentioned and put him up 3rd. And put the striker at 2nd. But it's a decent list.
Hold on. Put me on that camera. Which striker are you referring to, Tyrone Marshall?
What do you mean, what striker? Yeah, Zambia. Is it Zambia, right?
Manzambi.
The Swiss. Manzambi.
No, man.
Put him at 2.
Yeah, Manzambi is on my list.
But at 2.
Correct.
2.
I'm saying put him at number 2 instead of 3, right?
Oh.
So you have Davis at number 1. I agree with your list. Yeah, I think you have the 2 forward them and put the centre back at number 3.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah.
I hear you, Tyrone. And it's because he's a man like wear pink, I'll allow it. Right? So you're good.
Brilliant. I might have a car Mashkan for you.
Hey. Tyrone, we're not talking about Mashkan right now. I'm in the fan corner, he's not. He's at home watching.
Alright, people. These 3 know ball. And of course, we all know ball here on Fan Central Extra Time. So if you want good ball knowledge, stick and stay. We're going to take a break and come back with more on Fan Central Extra Time. Stay with us.
When the Lala gonna have to full up, match link up, Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy, me carry real bad team that a illy billy. Now bandwagon to the thing, now bad a switchy.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation.
Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer. Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
It's game on at Quartz. Spend $150,000 on credit purchases or $250,000 on cash at Quartz from May 1, 2026 to June 20, 2026 to be automatically entered for a chance to win one of 3 smart TVs to watch the matches in style. First place gets a 98-inch TCL Smart TV. Second place a 55-inch. And third place a 43-inch. Score big and upgrade your game day vibes when you shop at Quartz, bringing value home. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Conditions apply.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation.
Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer. Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
When the Lala go net fi full up, match link up, fan central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy, me carry real bad team, not a hilly billy. Now bandwagon to the thing, now bother switchy. Represent for your team to the nitty gritty. School silly billy. Now bother tell me about your team and them na make the semi. Game sweet, girl I call it sugar daddy. CVM TV, for everybody. When the Lala go net fi full up, match link up.
People, I think I me alone they do them thing there, you know. I think I alone they do them thing there. I used to play FIFA and them thing there. You bless up your team before you... Come on, you know them way there? You're a young youth, you must know them thing. You bless up your team, you kind of just... You know, you have a little superstition thing. Your team are going to play and you just say, bless them up. I mean, I'm not trying to, you know... I know the religious people might take me to task with this one, but... Yeah, you know, just a little superstition. You want your team play well, so I get that. I get that viewer. I get that viewer for sure. All right, so let me tell you, people. The thing about it is that I don't know how much people have texted yet, but a long time as a jersey still in. So if you don't call, then I'm gonna go home with this.
I like it.
I'm going home with this and this. But I don't mind this. I'm the producer one. So if you don't call, I'll leave with that jersey. And the jersey, so I have 2 new jersey. Just need a Spain jersey now. By the way, which number you must call? 833-0897. That's our WhatsApp number. You can text us on WhatsApp, or you can message us on Instagram, CVM_television, or on Facebook. And by the way, people, I see the comments coming in on what we've posted on Instagram. And the question for tonight to win this shirt is, how many teams have been held goalless after the first round, meaning after every team has played one game at this World Cup so far? So how many teams were held goalless in the first round of matches? Kimani, fan corner, have some excitement me here. What you have over there for me?
Come on, Jordy. Once it's the fan corner, you know we always search Jamaica. We search far and wide. You're talking about from Westmoreland going all the way to, is it Portland or St. Thomas? Somebody fill me in.
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. So I told you I was good at Geo, right?
Yeah. It's Morant Point to Negril Point.
I take that back. Morant Point is the place. Anyway, I'm not a geologist. I'm not good at geography. I'm here to speak. I'm here to talk to our fan that we have on the line. He's an England fan. He reps the Barmy Army, the 3 Lions. I believe his name is Demar Hemley. Demar, are you here with us?
Yeah, man, I'm there, man. Big up.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Welcome to Fan Central Extra Time. How good does it feel to be on 3 points as a 3 Lions fan?
It's a normal feeling, you know. These things are natural to us.
All right, I hear you. All right, so before we get into the discussions around England, because I know you have a lot to say when it comes to the progression of the team and how far you're expected to go through. I just want to test your knowledge a little bit about your beloved team. So I'm just going to ask you a series of questions. Nothing crazy. So are you ready, sir?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
All right, he says he's ready. So first question is, which English player scored a hat-trick in the 1966 World Cup final? Let me see if you were watching the show.
Wow. I'm going to say Bobby Charlton, I guess. I'm not sure.
Bobby Charlton? Is that your final answer, sir?
Yes.
No lifelines needed. Okay, so that's incorrect. The player's name is Geoff Hurst.
Jeff Hurst. Oh my God.
Geoff Hurst. Yes, sir. He scored in front of the English fans. That was on English soil as well. All right, let's go again. All All right, let's get more modern and more. You should love this one, I believe. Name both the oldest and youngest players in this English squad. So the oldest player and the youngest.
All right. So the oldest would be Henderson.
Which one?
Jordan.
Okay. Jordan Henderson.
And the youngest should be Cole Menu.
And it's not Nico O'Reilly. Final answer.
Oh my God, Nico O'Reilly. Oh.
Hey, I'm just asking. Are you sticking with your answer?
Nico O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly, yes.
All right. So, Demar Henley, you are incorrect. You were initially correct because Kobe Menu was born in March, and O'Reilly was born in April.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Menu is the youngest. You got the oldest player correct, by the way, Jordan Henderson, not Dean Henderson, as you said. All right, I'll give you another one. Let's have him redeem himself here on Fan Central Extra Time. None thus far, by the way, but third time's a charm, sir. Just like Jonathan David, who captained England to their World Cup victory. You must get this.
Bobby Charlton.
Demar Henley. Demar Henley. Is that your final answer, sir?
Final answer.
All right. That is incorrect because the answer is Bobby Moore. Bobby Moore was the captain, and that was when England lifted their lone World Cup title. All right. Your corners are looking very dark, Mr. Henley. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about English football now because you're on 3 points. Just give me your estimation and your review of that first performance under Thomas Tuchel, the debut performance of Thomas Tuchel's controversial squad.
I think early out in the game, I was a bit worried with the defense line. I'm a fan of John Stone starting. But the more the game progressed, the better we got. And I thought the changes make sense. And we saw, good coaching from PT. And also the players who came on did the job. And it was a solid performance. I'm not liking conceding 2 goals so early in the competition. But scoring 4 goals, I can't complain.
All right, so Croatia is a good team, of course. And let's get into a little bit of the controversy because there are many persons who believe that the likes of Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, and the like, players of that ilk, Gibbs White, and so on, they shouldn't have been left at home. But it seems like this first game is an example that you should trust the manager's ball knowledge or know-how, especially a manager like Thomas Tuchel. Am I right?
He picks players that he likes, and especially in the wing areas, he's going with direct wingers. So if you look at Rashford and Gordon, both are direct. If you look at Saka and Madueke, both are direct as well. So he's choosing very direct players, and he's choosing specialists. No, I don't think Cole Palmer and Foden are specialized wingers. So I guess when you think about it from his point of view, then maybe it's a good choice there.
Yeah, I mean, from a Cole Palmer's perspective, of course, he'd be going as a 10, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but when you look in the league, there are 2 others. Jude Bellingham, he's currently occupying that number 10 slot. You look at Eze and Rogers, they play a better season. I had a better season than Cole Palmer. So Cole Palmer not in the squad is not a matter of the coach not liking him. It's just a matter of him not performing to his optimum best.
All right. So quickly, when you analyze everything, right? Does it feel like final or bust? Not even final or bust. Football must come home this World Cup because if it doesn't, this Thomas Tuchel project will look like a failure given the controversial picks that he's made. Will football be coming home in your estimation?
As a fan, I hope so. I think we should get to at least the semi-final and then push to the final. When we play against really tough teams and really high-quality forward players, then I think that's where we're going to get into a bit of trouble, and then we'll need to outscore persons deeper in the competition. So you're looking at that from that point of view. But in terms of it being a bust, we have to look now at Southgate and what he did before Thomas Tuchel came in. He went to the quarterfinals, he went to semi-finals, he went to finals. So the England masses are used to getting deep into competition over the last, 8 years, since 2018. So probably eight years, yeah. So when you look at what Southgate has done, Thomas Tuchel has come in because a lot of persons saying Southgate could get them there but not get them over the edge. So Thomas come here now to get them over the edge. So I think he has to win the World Cup. I don't think we will be satisfied if we come in reaching the semi-final or losing in the final again. Not that we went to the World Cup final, went to the semi-final and won the quarterfinal of the last World Cup, but we lost to France. And when we face these teams, we have to get over the edge. So it's actually win the World Cup or you have failed.
All right, win or bust for Thomas Tuchel. Jordan, he says, given that Southgate got the team so close, Thomas Tuchel is the tipping factor or the X factor that will get the Three Lions back to the promised land. Can you imagine that?
Well, I guess it is going to be bust because I hate to be the one to say it. Football is not, well, I don't know if it's home, but football is not going anywhere. It's not going to England, I don't think. Haven't won it since 1966, right? But anyway, Demar, do you want a chance to win this signed jersey by Andre Blake, courtesy of Pepsi?
Sure, no problem.
All right, so the question is, how many teams were held goalless in the first round of action at this World Cup? How many teams were held goalless?
So let me see. South Africa, Haiti, Turkey, Ecuador, Algeria, Panama. That would be 4.
You called more than 4 names a while ago.
1, 2.
You called more than 4 names. Is it 5?
Yeah.
You're close. You're close. But Demar, thank you so much for your call. We have to take a break on Fan Central Extra Time. More people want a chance at this jersey, and I hear the phones have been ringing off the hook. So when we come back, we see if we get some more callers online with us and see who can win this signed jersey by Andre Blake. Stay with us. Fan Central Extra Time after this.
Represent for your team to the nitty-gritty. School silly billy. Nobody tell me about your team and them to make the semi. Game sweet, girl, I call it.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Represent for your team to the nitty-gritty. School silly billy. Nobody tell me about your team and them to make the semi. Game sweet, girl, I call it sugar daddy. CVM TV for everybody.
You want to have a dance party in the streets too? Can the parking lot? Parking lot and make producer. All right, producer, set up that camera and we record it. Kimani ready. Kimani ready, people. The man has been dancing in every break. I don't know what's gotten into him. But anyway, we have some interesting topics to discuss. And by the way, I see people calling the phones already. It's 876-931-61. Let me look at the number. Come on, I'm getting the wrong number, you know. 876-931-6193. 876-931-6193. We have Cindy Smith online who wants to answer the question. Cindy, good night. Welcome to Fan Central Extra Time.
Yes, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Hoping to answer that question for you.
Okay, it's Sydney Smith, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Sydney, what's the answer for that question?
It looks like it is between Spain and Cape Verde, you know. That's the only match that drew me all, you know.
Right, no, but I'm saying how many teams were held goalless? I'm not saying which game ended goalless, you know. How many teams were held goalless? So there are several other teams that didn't score a goal in the first round of matches. And I want you to tell me how many.
Okay, that's a recheck and call me if anything.
All right, recheck and call me back. Recheck and call me back, my boss. We know we have more people await. So 876-931-6193 for a chance to win this jersey. All right, so this ball, right? Triander ball. There have been a lot of discussions around it. What are the discussions about? Let's find out.
To be charged before kickoff because it is not just a ball anymore. Inside, it is a tiny sensor that tracks every touch. But the sensor is not only watching the ball, it works with stadium cameras to track the ball and every player in real time. That means when there is an offside call, the system is not just guessing from video. It knows where the ball was when it was touched. In 2022, that sensor hung on wires inside the ball. Now it is built into one of the panels. So the reason they charge the ball is simple. The ball is part of the referee system now.
Them say, what them say, sensor in this, coach?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean, I don't like that thing there, no. That means a man can hack it and program the ball, man. Probably a man hack it for Messi, you know. A man hack it for Messi, you know. Wow. Messi scored a hat-trick, you know. Every single kick, see the sensor of the ball, you know, coach? Every single kick where Messi kick, had a heat-seeking missile in it, and it just find the back of the net, eh?
Why didn't they never do the same for Ronaldo?
Eh?
Why didn't they never do the same?
No, never know if I hack it for Ronaldo. Tyrone Marshall, what are your thoughts? This is how far technology has gone, that there's a tracker in the ball now. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's taken over, right? I think they're trying to be as accurate as possible. So, trying something different, something new, just to make sure that the calls are correct and that they don't miss anything. Because, again, probably the world stage, and you don't want to get it wrong. So having these technologies, and I know they've practiced it before. So this is where everything has to come out now and show, the end product, right? And so it's been working so far. I don't think they've made a mistake. So I think hats off to the people who have, obviously implemented the new technology.
Yeah, coach. I mean, it's about getting the offside calls right? Because people like you cuss the referee them all the time and say them take a goal from you and it wasn't offside and so on. So this gives you accurate measuring now. What are your thoughts on this?
Top move. It erases controversies. We will always try to prevent controversies because it takes away from the game. Teams, countries are left wailing after seeing some decisions that were made in past competition, past World Cups. And I just think this is a monster move by FIFA. And I support it because it gives teams a fair chance to compete.
Kimani.
You see, Jordan, you see these things. All right, it's all well and good that we want to track offside, but the conspiracy in me. You see, you start putting chips in the ball, and then the next move is to put chips in us, right? So be careful because you'll soon start have chips in the jersey, and then eventually all of us start walking around with chips, and then you need to track us to see where we go if we're offside as well in real life. You do have chips in some of the jerseys and vests, of course, but hey, stop with the one bag of chip. Because they're getting closer to us, Jordan.
I don't want to go so far with the conspiracy there, Kivani, but Coach, you were saying something.
Yeah, Tyrone can attest to this. Coaches' lives and livelihoods are based upon a lot of these decisions.
Millimeters.
Yes, and you can go from being well paid, taking care of your family, to out of a job the next day. Because of you not amassing a certain amount of points, getting to the quarterfinals, round of 16, etc. You may never know.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move.
Yeah, Tyrone, your life depends on this, Coach Thomas says.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Coach is correct. Millimeters, right? And once you get it right, the technology is there and it's proven. And so, having it right is 100%, what we want as coaches. You don't want to be having any, discrepancy. Again, I support the move and again, it's been working so far, in the World Cup.
Yeah, well, let's see if it continues to work well. As we said, I don't think we've looked at a game, Jermaine, and thought, oh, that was an offside, and they call it offside. So that's good so far. Vazinha, the goalkeeper from Cabo Verde, had an emotional plea to try to get his mother to the World Cup. Before we go to that, though, we have another caller online trying to win this jersey. It's Latoya McLeish. Latoya?
Hi, good night.
Good night, good night. Thank you for calling Fan Central Extra Time. You want a crack at winning this jersey? We can ask you to turn on your TV, Latoya. Just turn your TV down. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yeah, I'm hearing it clearly.
Yeah, man. Just make sure you're not in front of the TV right now or mute it. So you have the answer to the question, how many teams were held goalless in the first round at the World Cup?
I think it's 6. Sorry.
There's feedback, Latoya. Repeat that. Just talk to me, Latoya. Just talk on the phone. Don't watch the TV. You're gonna get confused. There's a delay.
It's very hearing me properly. I was just saying it's 6.
6?
Yes.
Sorry, Latoya. I really wanted to give you the jersey. Sorry about that. You can check that and call us back. All right.
Sounds like
Latoya McLeish. All right, so Vazinha, as we said, the Cabo Verde goalkeeper was shot to stardom after his performance in helping hold Spain to a goalless draw. He was pleading in the press conference to try to get his mother there. Now, we've heard from his mother, so let's have a listen to this.
For me, my heart was almost jumping out of my chest. I was nervous, but very happy for everything he achieved in this tournament.
Answer 7.
His grandfather would often say, "My son, let's go to the football field," and would take him there. His father didn't like him playing football. His grandfather would tell him, "One day I will see you at the World Cup," and that's exactly what happened. He passed away many years ago.
Yes. All right, so that was an emotional story, and since then the officials have said they're going to do all in their power to fast track the visa process for Vazinha's mother so that she can travel to the World Cup, because he said it was money. It was simply an issue of the money to pay for the visa process, Coach Thomas, which you know can be so costly. And so she should be heading to the World Cup to see her son play. A proud moment. What a moment that will be.
Elated, happy, and I'm sure she is really giving God thanks but that just goes to show the magnitude of football and the power of sports in its entirety. Now, 1998, we made it to the World Cup. Not sure if you're old enough to remember, but Tyrone Kennetis, right? The crime rate was significantly low. We had no serious events there. It was a national holiday. Former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson was there, and it was a national holiday. Football does this, and I'm happy that they responded, and he's making waves. And the entire world is behind him. And football, this is a power of football. And I'm really happy for that.
All right, I want somebody to win this prize, So I'm going to tell you. I'm going to, Sydney Smith callback? All right, so I'm going to tell you. Right? The match between Mexico and South Africa. South Africa was goalless, right? The match between Scotland and Haiti. Okay, all right, so he's on. All right, so let me see if Sydney can win it this time. Sydney, what's your final answer?
Okay, yes, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. It's 7. 7.
Yeah, you have it at 7?
Yes.
I have you as correct, Sydney.
Okay.
I have you as correct. I counted 7 as well.
Yes.
I counted 7.
Yes.
7 teams held goalless, or held goalless, I should say, in the competition. So, thank you so much, Sydney.
In the first round.
And we will tell you how to collect your jersey right here from CVM TV, courtesy of Pepsi on Fan Central Extra Time. And it's signed, as I said, by Jamaica's great goalkeeper, Andre Blake. All right, so A fan has won that jersey. Congratulations to Sydney Smith for that. We are running out of time, but just before we go, they stole our spot. I know they're trying to steal our music. What kind of thing that? You man them over there say, no, it's a Capleton song after you take a World Cup spot, coach.
That's a fireman. Power of reggae dance music.
No, Tyrone.
Yes.
I feel some type of way about that. You got our spot to the World Cup, and now you're singing our music. Come on, man. Has to stop somewhere, man. Come on, Tyrone. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, look, if we can get to the World Cup, at least, bring the spirit of the Jamaican them with you and see if that can help. Again, it was so disappointing for us not making the World Cup. However, we're going to be there in the spirit, right? So let's see if we can help our Curacao brethren get a little bit of spirit in them to get results.
Yeah, well, we have a referee there, Shane Nation. We have a venue manager there at the World Cup. And our music is there, Kimani. So, the Reggae Boys and the land of reggae, the legacy lives on at the World Cup, even though we're not there.
Yeah, I mean, the brand Jamaica is so huge. It spans culture, it spans music, food, you name it. So, I mean, it's no problem. I have no issues with that. I just have an issue with Tyrone Marshall and Coach Thomas talking about Yardman music. When I asked yesterday about the halftime show, what they'd like to hear, one man said Jay-Z, Jigga Man, and the other one wanted to hear Beyonce. But no, we're all Jamaican. Let's hear Jamaican music.
I said governor.
Yeah, you saved yourself with that governor pick, Jermaine. But Tyrone Marshall, I'm not hearing it. Not trying to hear it.
But that was not the question that was asked, right? So we have to answer the question that was asked.
Fair, Tyrone. We can't intimidate the boss like that. Yeah,
But you deserve some flack to Kimani.
Talk to me.
You referenced Drizzy Drake, in your little soliloquy over there. When you're at the Fame or shit. Come on,
listen. Drake uses our culture a bit every now and then.
True,
I need a one dance.
True that. All right, well, Goffy. Jermaine said Goffy. So Goffy, check in for the show. And who knows? Jermaine must can pull some strings.
Yeah, no, he's a Portugal fan.
All right, we'll bring him inside.
The biggest Portugal supporter.
He's a Cristiano Ronaldo fan?
Biggest Portugal supporter.
Put him in that hot seat.
All right, no problem.
We're going to put him in that hot seat. Goffy. You're going to be in the hot seat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been Fan Central Extra Time. What matches are coming up tomorrow? We have that for you graphically represented. Here we go. The United States will be playing Australia at 2 p.m. Scotland taking on Morocco at 5 p.m. Brazil and Haiti at 7:30 p.m. and Turkey versus Paraguay at 10 p.m. June 19, another action-packed day at the greatest show on earth. We'll be back with you at 9 p.m. tomorrow. You don't want to miss Fan Central Extra Time, 9:30. Back at 9:30 tomorrow. Fan Central Extra Time, right here on CVM TV. Thank you so much. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
Jermaine Thomas helped me have some fun. So too did Kimani O'Sullivan. So too did Tyrone Marshall. Thank you, our viewers, for joining us. Sydney Smith, big up yourself for winning this jersey. And you can come to collect. And you can get back in touch with us if you need to find out where to collect this jersey. 9:30 tomorrow. Back with you. I'm Jordan Fort. Bye-bye for now.
CVM TV for everybody. When the Lala gonna have full up, match link up, Fan Central full